Thank you all for joining us on Revert Television. I'm so excited about what we're going to be talking about today, which is medical mission work. Dr. Fakunle just joined us. The next question is going to go to her. Please talk about endo chats with Dr. Lara. Talk about how this started, how God gave you the idea, and why did you even decide to embark on this? Because you're already busy enough. As you can see, it took a while to join. So tell us.
It's good evening. It's just listening to them. It's very encouraging and very inspiring that a couple that have dedicated 33 years of their career life, spiritual life, just wanting to serve. I mean, we're all serving, but that they went out to serve, just trusting God. And their life, I mean, I don't know much about them, but in my spirit, I sense their life is a testimony. Yeah. And God has been taking care of their own business as they're taking care. So yes, you're right. I've been in practice for so many years, as you narrated, and very busy. I've been blessed, being very busy. That's a blessing. But as things were going, people will send requests. I will get questions from people, give them information, free information. And this will be people in Nigeria through others that know me. So in other words, friends of friends, most of them I don't even know. And this has happened over the years, but again, you learn not to go too fast ahead of God. Patience. God, there's a season for everything. So as time went by, I realized, look, there are people that don't know anyone that know people like us. They're just your regular person. They have no doctor in their family, or they don't know who to contact. And my heart will go out to them. It does go out to them. And whenever you think of something I can be a little bit OCD about things, and it will bring tears to my eyes too. And it was a sore point in my heart that after I would help someone, and I think the last one, I got a call about, I just had surgery and they were very confused about their medication. And the lady that I had met a couple of years ago reached out to me. Never met this couple, helped them over the phone, gave them guidance, reviewed their blood work, tell them when to do it again, send me the results, told them exactly what to do. And I realized, what if they didn't know anyone? This made a big difference in their life to the glory of God. So I kept waiting for the best time, and I've been praying, and God gave me some scriptures at the beginning of this year to just put my hand in the hands of God and just move out and do it and be a blessing. It is free, like I told you. It's a free consult, endo chats, and once I mentioned it to a few people, they got very excited. It's just me doing the consult, and I'll be using a few hours of my free days, because I have to be balanced in myself too. Like tonight, I'm going to be, my husband and I will be preparing for a prayer meeting that we host. So I have every other Fridays off. So I will use those Fridays are the same days I will use for my own medical appointment, my own personal things, do your hair, do this, do that. But I can still spare a few hours of that time. So, and that's how that got started. There's still a lot to be done. Of course, I went ahead and made sure I tried to do things very legally. So I renewed my Nigerian license, which is renewed. Yes, so I have that. And I also put in board certified in internal medicine and American board certified in endocrinology. So that has been paid for Nigeria to I don't know what they have to do, but something about they have to establish it or ratify it or something, but they have those. So, but that doesn't stop anything. And that's how we've started. So, and it's going to be by virtual consult. So it's going to be by video. Now, I would also say this, and I say this all the time, I'm tired of myself saying it. I think the enemy made a mistake with COVID. It did. The devil failed.
Yes.
If he knew Christ was going to resurrect, I think the devil would never have let Christ go to die, and new resurrection, and the rest is history. I think COVID also opened our eyes as to what we could accomplish virtually, you know, without being there physically. So this has changed things. When it's just changed so many things we can do. Unfortunately, in endocrine, I'm not a surgeon. I have few procedures that I do, but they can do that on ground. It's going to be important for people to have people on ground like you, because I am not on ground, and that's not my intention. I don't not to have a practice in Nigeria. No, that's not the intention. It's to guide people towards going back home and staying established with their providers at home and following through. And if there is an endocrinology case, complex case that their primary care provider or surgeon is trying to take care of, and they just need a second opinion, then we will get that too. So that's really what that is. I was telling my brother again, it's even being in the company of both of you, it's humbling, because what do I have to say? 33 years of doing this in the villages, that is just awesome. Many lives are terminated prematurely because of just simple health issues that are reversible. Yes. Heaven is eager to have us, but at the right time. There's so much more we can still do on earth while we are still here. Yeah. But that's how that came about. And you're right about when our mother was ill. Of course, he's non-medical, so he sees it from a different aspect. That's a story for another day. Her life and everything she went through was a miracle. But actually, that was when one of the things that made me start thinking about this, because I would request for my mother to have just a simple lab test. And it was very difficult to get it done. I wanted a complete blood count, CBC, pleading. I got hemoglobin and hematocrit, but I wanted them to do platelet counts. And we couldn't get a good one. Fortunately, we had a good primary care doctor who wasn't even a Christian. He's now deceased. My mother actually outlived him. So he said, and he was trained in the US, but he went back home decades ago. He was Dr. Akimbade Soji, will remember. And he took care of mommy and said, go to the US to your children. As soon as they gave us the diagnosis, what she was anemic, I started thinking of all the differentials. But I thought about it. What if I couldn't get a full, complete blood count? I couldn't get it. So periodically, I would want follow-up results. They just, some of the times they didn't know what I was saying. I think that has changed since then. We now have, because that's some of the things I'm finding out. We have more labs and things like that. We have the expertise. We have excellent brain in Nigeria. We were trained in Nigeria. I was trained in Nigeria. I mean, the brains are not the issue. We're in a different situation in Nigeria, and that the expertise exists in the country, all over the world. There is no specialty that does not have a Nigerian present in the world. If there is a city or a country where you don't have a Nigerian, I would say you should check that place out and maybe consider exiting. Because it's
that's what they say.
So everywhere, but then people cannot have access. So education, access to just knowing. I don't think anyone should receive healthcare just because of who they know, or because they should be able to get healthcare just because they're seeking it, and at least get some decent healthcare. So that's how I started this. And I hesitated because I thought it had to start in a big way. But another of my friends said to me, she said, Lara, you know what? Even the day Christ went on the cross and said it is finished, not everybody accepted his message. You don't know how much that set me free. You have got to start somewhere.